Hey, what is learning? Learning is the lifelong process of acquiring skills, acquiring information, acquiring knowledge. So, what these three steps basically tells us about learning. So, I personally, when I talk about acquiring skills, I talk more about life skills or activities of daily living, that how we learn from and perform through the activities of daily living. Acquiring of the information. So, from where we get the information? We get the information from our surrounding environment. For example, that bus looks like a school bus. That bus looks like a public transport bus. That animal looks like a dog. So all these kind of information we are gathering from the environment, but we also gather information from our internal cues from the body. For example, information like I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, oh, I'm getting pain. So all these kind of information helps us to perceive the different kind of sensations and to learn through them. Now, learning or acquiring through the knowledge. So, from where a person gets knowledge in his life long process, the knowledge through different rituals, cultures, experiences, exposure, whether the person is from different state, different country, knowledge from school teachers, knowledge from neighbors, knowledge from parents at home. So all the knowledge we gather, we perceive and we learn in our lifelong process. So whatever information, whatever skills, whatever knowledge we are acquiring is called as what we learned in our life. So when I talk about a neurodiverse kid, so this learning process gets hindered. So what we as a parent or we as a teachers or we as a caretaker therapist have to do so that we can enhance this learning in neurodiverse kid. Definitely we have to use different strategies to make them learn. We have to use different learning process to enhance their learning process again. So various kinds of learning domains we use for neurodiverse kid. Here domains means learning through free play, learning and getting the information of literacy, numeracy, then verbal communication, visual informations. So all these are called as learning domains. Learning methods, we can use various kind of learning methods. For example, putting a child into individualized learning, putting a child into 1-to-1 learning, or 1-to-2 learning, 1-to-3. 1-to-3 or 1-to-2 means one teacher or one therapist or one caretaker along with 2-3 kids. Or we can have a group learning. We can have a learning through real life situation, putting the child into the real life situations. What are the various kind of aids which we can use for learning? We can use various kinds of visual cards, various kind of easier step-by-step books. We can use pegboards and many other educational toys. So my dear parents, keeping this learning process into the mind, which actually gets hindered in neurodiverse kid, I have come up with a learning platform by the name of Uddeshya, because at this learning platform at High Sky Hyderabad has one goal: to make the child independent through Welcome to Udesh, the learning platform created in collaboration with parents and the professional team of High Sky. How Udesh came into the picture? It is no other than the motivation which has been given by the parents of neurodiverse kids along with the professional team of High Sky to move forward in a holistic way to provide each and every kid independent life skills along with the academic learning. Uddeshya is not about giving socialization environment alone or just giving group therapies or giving individual special education or teaching platform. Uddeshya is about the holistic development of the child, specifically the kids who are coming at High Sky, so that the child is independent not only in learning skills but also in different ADL skills which are called as activities of daily living, which we can also call as life skill training. So, what is the Uddeshya of Uddeshya Learning Platform? The approach used by Uddeshya is holistic approach. When we talk about our neurodiverse kid, we uses different kind of alternative therapies, for example, behavior therapies, occupational therapy, physiotherapy, then speech therapy, remedial therapies, and so on. So all those therapies are being provided on an individual basis. But after providing those individual therapies and when we achieve the goal and improvement, have you ever think what next for these kids? For them, the next step is to face the outside world independently, and that's the reason we created this space for the kids to develop all those life skills into the child so that he could be independent in all the daily living skills. It's not about socialization of the kid. It is not about only providing special education to the kid. It is not about giving group therapies for their self-regulation or improving the emotional skills. But when we talk about Uddeshya is to involve socialization, self-regulation, emotional skills, academic skills as well. So all together, Uddeshya is about preschool readiness and developing all various kind of life skills which are required for a child to live an independent life according to the capabilities and strength of that kid. How Uddeshya works. So Uddeshya is totally dependent on the concerns and priorities given by the parents, given by the school teachers, and lastly given by the individual therapist from various therapy departments, maybe from occupational therapist, physiotherapist, speech therapist, or a behavior therapist, using different standardized and non-standardized way of evaluations. So once we get the concerns, priorities and clinical observations from whole of the team of the child, then we are able to develop the individualized educational plan along with the life skill goals. After developing those goals, Uddeshya create individual customized treatment plan where the child has to face the real life situation in the form of non-fire cooking when we talk about the kitchen skills, or how to feed themselves. When we talk about socialization, how to greet peer group, how to greet teachers, or how to enter into the school with their own belongings, how the classroom structure looks like, how the teacher and peer group create boundaries around the child, how he has to be independent in toileting skills, independent in different grooming skills, independent in playing skills, independent in social skills. So all these treatment activities and environment is to be provided to the child on an individual basis, 2:2, or in a bigger group. Uddeshya provides the goal sheet, monthly IEPs, and then provide a parent therapist discussion meetings to the parents, so that as a team we can sit together and see for the progress and document it. The progress is measured qualitatively and quantitatively. After this progress measurement only, we customize the next month goals and IEP, so that we can move further for developing the preschool readiness and life skills in the child. Udesh and Udesh team is hoping for the best to move forward along with parents and kids to make them independent holistically, and requires lots of support and cooperation from the team and parents.